Hello, lovely friends. Thank you for being here today for this amazing Father's Day 2-day collab organised by the amazing Aishu from Aishu's Crafty Kids Club. Look at all these beautiful artists and friends that are coming up today. It's a 2-day collab, and the description will have all the details for the 2 days. We're day 1. Up before me was the wonderful wombat from Venom Fluid Art, and after me today is the glorious Grandma Kathy from Grandma Kathy's Art Venture. You might be wondering what on earth this shower head has got to do with the Father's Day collab or fluid art. I'm just about to show you. So my father, who passed, bless his soul, 4.5 years ago now, he had such a wicked sense of humour, and he was very inventive, and he used to always try to reuse things and give another purpose to things in life. And we had a leaky bathroom about 18 months ago, and we've only just had it done. And as we were taking it apart, I was just thinking of what I could reuse in my art in the house or give away to people. And the shower head is in today's pour. I've got some other pieces coming up from the shower and from the flooring and everything in different pours. So today I got the shower head, and I didn't know what I was going to do until I started, and I didn't know if I was going to post it, but I am here today and this is it. So it was a lot of fun, and it's just an amazing process. So I got the palette together and I started to pour into the head of the shower, and I wondered how much paint I would need to put in it until the drip started to come. I didn't even know if the paint would come through at this stage, so I was pouring and wondering. I kept peeking underneath, and I was thinking, God, there's a lot of paint going in here, but I kept on pouring. Then I realised how big that cavity was, and then the holes in the shower head were so small, it was bound to take a little bit of time for the paint to drip through. So I was thinking, oh look, there's a couple of drips coming through. It was so funny doing this. I kept on pouring, and the drips finally started to come, and I had such a fun time just watching the drips coming one by one. So I'll show you now the drips and how they're coming out of the shower head. Look at that. So we're literally pouring out from a shower head. We can see all the drips coming out from the top, and I carried on pouring, and then I started to use some of the base paint because I wanted to give it a bit more flow. And at this point I was thinking, is that it? Are there only going to be a few more dots? And then I started to pour, and because I'd put a bit more of the base paint in the pink, I started having loads more drips, and I was beginning to have a lot of fun. I could see some gold coming out, some of the silver, and predominantly the blue. So then I started to play around with it and shake it a bit and play with the different pattern, and then I thought I'd pour some of the rest of the paint in and then change it around a bit, and I decided to then pour from the other side. But to begin with, I did it by accident. I tilted it and a bit dripped out, and I thought, oh, I quite like that. So then I turned it on its head completely, and I poured from the other side. So there we go. I did the last squiggle with the other side of the shower, and there is the pattern. Now then, that was the beginning of the pattern, and I got rid of all the air bubbles, and I tilted it, and I could see tiny bits of the gold coming up. There are even some cells created. Isn't it amazing when you play with fluid art and you drop it from certain heights and you mix it together and you see the patterns? And as I'm stretching it, some of the silver and gold is coming out a little bit more. And as I was stretching the paint, I was thinking, oh, I could make quite a nice surface of a moon. So I'll leave you for a little while and I'll come back as I start to spray paint it when it's dry. So I've now finished stretching it all out, and I got a stencil, so I wanted to make it into one big moon, and I placed the stencil using this clear adhesive. Now then, how I did it was I sprayed the back of the stencil with the adhesive and I left it for 30 seconds. And once that 30 seconds was up, I then placed the stencil onto the painting. Now then, this bit I didn't record, so I'm just showing you exactly what I did, but on my board here. So the painting I sprayed all the way around the outside in black. Then I put the stencil on top of the painting as you saw it. And then I sprayed, making sure it's all stuck down. Then I sprayed the white part of the moon to give the white shading, and then I went around the other side with my black spray and I sprayed black on the other side, although I didn't do it as intensely as that. You'll see in a minute. Then I took the stencil off and you can see that this is the result of it. I'm just now literally finishing it off with a paintbrush, just because the edges need a tiny bit of a touch up. And that's just using the same consistency that I use for a lot of my pours. 50% Liquitex, pouring medium and Floetrol. So finishing off there, and then it dried within 10 minutes. I applied a tiny bit of white just from about 2 foot away, just to give it some stars. And there's my moon. So that's the finished result there, all dried. And I just want to say, Dad, I love you to the moon and back. If you like what you saw, please do subscribe and support my channel and all my fellow artists. That'd be so appreciated. Happiest of Father's Day to you. Up before me was the wonderful wombat. Let's go and see the glorious Kathy from Grandma Kathy's Art Venture. Thank you so much, Aishu, for including me in this collab today. You're a superstar. And I want to acknowledge my wonderful stepdad, Peter. I love you. Have a lovely day, everybody. Bye.